Hello, thanks very much for clicking on my little YouTube channel. Just another little video today. I'm just off to a local bit of woodland again by the sides of the River Tees. I'm just going to do a little bit of advice and a few tips, maybe if you've just started out wild camping. And also I've brought my little two-man, well, I'd call it 1.5 man Saphicus tent. It's the blue one, but I just want to get into this bit of woodland because I've done a little bit of a trick with some camo netting. I just want to see how visible it is really. But yeah, we'll get into the woods and then we'll get set up and we'll see how we go. So I'm thinking this is as good a place as any. It's fairly level. What I did notice the other day on the video that I put out just the other day was a lot of clicking, and it was because I had this mic on the zipper on my coat, and it was that clicking as I moved along. So right, let's get some bits out. I won't record me setting the tent up, it's pointless, but I'll just show you what I do with the tent. I love this tent. I love this tent more than I should really. Yeah, pop it into a stuff sack and it goes titchy tiny. So just grab it out. It's my cup. Oh, stay there. Never goes to plan, does it? Bags always seem to fall the way that you don't want them to. Yeah, so there's my tent. It's in a pitch first. I've done a review video on it that went on far too long, to be honest, and I camped in it down at a nature reserve. But yeah, I weighed the tent just alone, and it's the tent just on its own with the outer and inner in this bag with the straps coming at 1.5 kg. So the whole thing weighs, it says 2.1, but I weighed it and it didn't. It come in at 1.9. That was with the man had swapped the pegs out with the pegs and the poles. So right, I'll get this set up and we'll do, I don't know if I can do this, trying to be fancy, do one of these and boom, it's up. She blows. So why have I brought it? Well, I wanted to try it out, which I have slept in it anyway, but I've done a little bit of a thing with some. I just undo these doors. Which one do I want? That one. Yeah, so I'll just give this a roll up. Oh, pull that rest of the beam a bit further out. Tie it back. Are you enjoying the view of my bum? Worky trousers on. These are a bargain, these, for just in the woods and stuff. Loads of different pockets, elasticated under here. I seem to have a habit of doing that really, don't I? I did the last one. Tons of pocket, reinforced knees. I think the sight ones, I got these from Screwfix. I think it was Screwfix or Tool Station, either one. Anyway, just $12.99, strong as anything. I wouldn't recommend hiking in them, but just for this sort of thing, in the woods and that, doing a bit of bushcraft, if that's your thing. Yeah, spot on. Right, let's see if I can disguise the tent. Yes, this is what I've got. Little camo net that I bought off Amazon. Wasn't much, £10 or something, but it was too narrow. It's plenty long enough, just too narrow. So what I've done, I've cut it in half and just used some mini zip ties and zip tied it together. So I'm going to see if I can disguise Mr. Blue a bit, and I might put the drone up and see how visible it is. So I really want to see this, if I can see it for sort of where the dog walkers. I can see my orange bag obviously, but that would be inside my tent. And zoom in. So let's find, oh, there's my tent. So that's quite difficult to see, isn't it? That's zoomed in. Zoom right out. Yeah, still don't have enough of that thing. Probably get another cheap one. Let's have a walk in from the other side. See that, where that bush is there, that's the path that the dog walkers go on. Nobody seldom comes off it this way. Right, I'll nip cross over this way. See if I can find us, eh? I will be able to. So the wood's tiny, so it's hardly oh, there it is. Yeah. You see the blue on the back of it, some swans flying over there. Yeah, I just wish they'd have done this tent in green. They used to, but for some reason they stopped producing it in the green, and it's only available in blue now. If you watch my video, I only paid $49.99 for it. Alloy poles, 2.1 kilo, but like I say, it is lighter than that. So ripstop material. So it's all in the other video. Right, yeah, see, I'm a little bit short on the sides and on the back of the other one. But, just disguise it a little bit more, doesn't it? But yeah, so yeah, $49.99 I paid. I don't have to go off on tangents. And it's currently on offer, or it was yesterday, for $39.99. And there's some good reviews on it as well, if you look on the thing. So here we are. Yeah, I thought the tent wasn't too bad, was it? Right, this is going to be too long, isn't it? Again. I always keep them too long. So I try not to. Never mind anyway, let's get on with it. So my 5 bits of advice for people either beginning, or maybe they've done one trip but they're a bit worried about the second trip, etc. But basically it's aimed at people who've possibly never been before but who were thinking about going wild camping. These are in no specific order. So firstly, location. Find somewhere that you're happy to go to, that you know, that's maybe not too far from your car or whatever, or your transport, so if anything does happen while you're out, it's easy enough to bail and you're not stuck up a mountain somewhere. Yeah, go do a recce of the area before you go there. Have a walk with your dog, whatever, go on your bike, whatever. Yeah, just have a look around the area, see how busy it is, see if it's in a bad area or whatever, you know, but I'm presuming if it's local to you, you'd know the area anyway. Yeah, so find the location. Sometimes maybe it's worth going, especially this time of night at winter, just having a walk down when it's dark and seeing if there's any undesirables hanging about and whatnot. Yeah, so that your location obviously should not too far from where your car is or your mode of transport to get yourself home to if needs be, if you do need to bail, and just make sure where you're going is pretty much out the way and a nice quiet area. Areas to go to, I touched on this in my last video actually. If it is your first wild camp, I'm an angler as well, see, so if you find a stretch of river and you can walk along it a fair while, don't park your car and go to the first spot on the river, because they're normally the busiest places. Maybe walk half a mile or so up the river and get yourself pitched by the river for the night, or just off the river. Like I say, that's probably one of the safest places to go, obviously as long as we're not had a lot of rainfall and the river floods. But yeah, so just make sure that the river levels are okay. You can check whichever river you're going to go to online, the river levels. It's riverlevels.gov.uk, and it'll give you all the measuring stations, so you'll know what height the river's at and if any flooding's coming down to expect. So basically, yeah, go along by a river if you're that worried, because like I said before, a lot of anglers go on the river and they're night fishing. Nobody bats an eye. I've done it myself. I've been literally off a footpath in a tent night fishing, and people walk past you all day long, and all evening in the summer as well. Nobody says a word. They're not interested, because they see it that regular that they just think that somebody's fishing. So if you want to try your gear out, get yourself down onto the river and have a go there, and you should be okay. And also on location and your gear, let's come on at your gear. Don't spend a fortune. Buy yourself something budget, reasonable. Don't go lashing out hundreds on down bags and £500 tents, or even £200 tents. You can pick up some decent tents now, like this little one I've got here, which I paid £49.99 for. Quite capable, fully waterproof and everything. Get yourself a sleep mat, just a cheap sleep mat, even them foil ones that you get from the range with the foam backing on, and a cheap sleeping bag, and get yourself out. A little cup kit, you can pick them up, go outdoors, a full set now, cups and everything, and a little stove in them. All you've got to buy is your gas canister. You can pick them up now from Go Outdoors for 20 quid. You can get them off Amazon, to be honest, for even less. Just look out for the deals. So yeah, so it's a sleeping bag, sleep mat, your tent and a cup kit. Obviously take your food, and just buy yourself either a second hand off Facebook or whatever, a cheap backpack, just to get yourself out, just to try it. Because the last thing you want to do is, in your head, have all intensive purposes that this is going to be the thing that you're going to do all the time because you've watched a few videos and you love the look of it. In reality, it can be a lot more difficult and a lot more nervy. So buy the gear, have a few nights out and see how you feel. Have a night out, you know, like I said, and then another couple of nights and that. Then if you're into it, then start upgrading your kit and getting better gear. The next thing that I'd touch on is go in the yeah, don't start up this time of year and go out in the winter. What you want to do, you want to enjoy it. So go in the summer when it's a lot lighter. Your bag can be a lot lighter as well, because the kit that you take, Wilberforce is running behind me. The kit that you're going to take will be a lot lighter as well. You don't need to take all the bulky winter items. So go in the summer where it's warmer of a night. You've got the longer nights. You're not stuck in your tent from, well, now it's like 3 o'clock, isn't it? 3:30. It's sort of dark, 4 o'clock. So yeah, and then you've got an evening to potter about, sightsee, whatever you want to do, depending where you are. And you'll get in, it's not going to be freezing overnight. It's going to be moderate to warm temperature. Anything like last summer, I think in the Bahamas overnight, you won't even need a sleeping bag. Just sleep in a nuddy truddy. But yeah, so go in the summer, you'll enjoy it a lot more. So that'd be, if you are desperate to get out in the winter, please, please, please make sure you've got the right sleeping, because that makes all the difference. The right sleeping kit. Don't go out there with a £10 wafer thin sleeping bag and stuff, because you're likely to freeze yourself to death tonight in the night, or just end up bailing. So yeah, leave it till the summer. And anything else I can think of, really, there was just the main points if you're just starting out. The thing is just to go and do it. Go and do it. Find your place that you're happy with. Go and set up your camp, have a night, and just enjoy it. You will sit procrastinating. What is it? Procrastinating. You will probably procrastinate about actually going and doing it, because it is nervous your first time, you worry. But you get the first few out the way, and then it's all right. I've camped in woods, in nature reserves. I'll camp here. There'll be one night, dog walking path there. But I know the area. I know it's quiet, and it gets me out, and it tests the gear out. But yeah, just go and do it. Go and do it. The worst you can do is ask to get moved on. If somebody does ask you to move, don't make a song and dance about it or anything. Just pack your gear up and leave. It's not worth it. The thing with wild camping is, if you're on sort of public common land, or even in the corner of a farmer's field or whatever, like if you set up camp there, it's a civil matter. So, but if you're asked to move, they won't come out. It's not trespass. It is trespass, but it's not. If you're asked to move and you just move, that's the end of it. There'll be no more done. It becomes trespass once you refuse to move. If you refuse to move, then it's trespass because you've been asked to leave. So just leave. There's no point winding people up. Just go. But like I said, getting back to it, I've camped like Gisborough Woods and things like that, 50 yards from the track. I've been in there in the afternoon in the summer, setting up camp, setting up a hammock and things. People walk past with the dogs. How are you doing? They're not really bothered. Sometimes there's a bit too much made about, oh, I've got to dig a hole in the ground and get my bivvy bag underneath that and everything. Most people don't give a flying frig what you're doing, as long as you're not causing a problem for anyone else and you're just quieting out the way. They're not bothered. People have passed me, I've had chats with them, and they've been more interested in what the kit is and everything, and like, oh, aren't you worried overnight on your own and everything? I mean, how many reports do you see of wild campers getting murdered? I've never seen one. I've never come across a thing yet where a wild camper has been attacked by a mad axeman or a pack of wolves or anything like that. So it just doesn't happen. So that's it. Right, I'm going to end the video here because I've got to pack up, get back for the dog, and that's it really. I know I should write things down, shouldn't I? But this is going to go on far too long as it is anyway. You know what, do you think I look like Elvis in GI Blues with this hat on? I think I do. Right, I'll catch you all later. Until next time, please like the video, because it just helps the channel massively if you like it. It gets it out there for other people to watch, and the analytics will get it out there, which means I'll get more subscribers and stuff. Yeah, so that's it. Share the video as well if you want. I'm not bothered. Do what you want with it. Right. Okay, if you already do subscribe, once again, thank you ever so much. It really is appreciated. And yeah, so please hit the like button and hit the subscribe button. And I promise I will get out on a camp shortly. It's just at the moment things are a bit hectic. The wife's been having hospital appointments. She doesn't drive, so I've got to pick her up from work, drop her off in the mornings and stuff. By the time we get in, it's pitch black, it's tea time. It's just not, the windows just aren't there at the moment. So, but as soon as they do arise, don't worry, I will be out doing a camp. In the meantime, you just have to put up with shite like this. Right, thanks, bye.